Hey guys, it's the new year. Yes, new year. Fuck you. The new me and the new winter season of anime, which means that there's a lot of fresh new anime ready to be picked up and watched in the nice cold winter weather. I mean, look how cold it is right now. Can you tell how cold it is right now? Okay, can you fucking tell how cold it is right now? Well, to help warm ourselves up in this current climate, I'm going to be talking about one of the hottest shows this season. My Dress Up Darling. This has been the next wholesome slice of life I've decided to wholeheartedly pledge my loyalty to, and right now stands as one of the most popular shows this season, sitting just below, I don't know, like a couple of underground shows I've never heard of or seen in my life, making it the third most watched show on the charts. And if you're hoping for an answer as to why that is, I would be happy to give you a super thought out and in-depth reply, really breaking down the show's themes and diving deep into the science behind its success. But really, it's probably just because the girl's really cute.
You are my best wife!
But I can't just stop there. Other than having best girl of the season, there must be more reasons to why people are watching this show, right? And that's what I'm here to find out. So join me as I answer the question no one is asking. Are we watching solely for the girl and nothing else? Or is there something more to this that we're not yet aware of? Probably not. So first things first, My Dress Up Darling is about Gojo and Marin as they go around doing things in the realm of cosplay, and that's it. If that sounds like a simple premise to you, that's because it is. Despite being the only show I've seen set in the world of cosplay, looking at the show's foundations and structure, there's mostly nothing that really separates it from your usual slice of life romance. Of course, I do understand that the slice of life romance genre consists of a very broad collection of shows, but what I'm referring to here is this very specific subgenre that I'm just gonna call the hangout genre. Now, usually it follows an easily digestible format where there's not really any drama and the romance moves like Bangkok traffic on a Saturday, so all you really do is just follow two people as they hang out and do normal everyday things like go to the beach or see the fireworks or step on each other, very common stuff. And then you'll get some nice heartwarming wholesome moments that pop up here and there, and maybe even a little bit of that good old character and relationship development as well. These shows usually share similar scenarios and events, with the main difference being that you follow different characters under another simple catchy premise, aka My Dress Up Darling, about a girl who just wants to dress up with her darling and occasionally maybe step on him. However though, while this still follows a lot of the same patterns we've seen in other shows like it, this is one of those shows that has been able to make the best of its character dynamic. Before, I used to be under the impression that this certain dynamic between a bland, boring protagonist and quirky female character was only used as an easy way for the viewer to self-project themselves onto the protagonist, and while that is probably true for some shows, I was stupid to think that that was the case for all of them. I'm sorry, Nagatoro. I was wrong about you. Please forgive me. And step on me. Because now I realize that a lot of stories are able to utilize this as a means to have an interesting contrast between two opposing personalities as they interact in various situations. See, on one end you got Gojo, who's your basic ordinary Japanese beta male, kind of like a plain bowl of rice or piece of bread or any kind of base that can go with many different dishes. He can go with many different personalities, but he's not interesting on his own. He needs someone to complement him, someone to bring out his flavor, and vice versa. And this is where Marin comes into play, except she doesn't just come in and turn that lonely bowl of rice into a sufficient meal. She comes in and turns it into a first-class dish worthy of a 4th Michelin star. When I first came into this, I fully knew exactly what I was getting myself into, but what I didn't expect was how fucking hard I would fall for Marin. She's just got this energy to her, this infectious charm that charges you up. Like, the amount of secondhand energy that rubs off on you whenever she's on screen is enough to rival the power output of a nuclear reactor. When she smiles, it illuminates your soul. When she blushes, you go she's just this big bubbly ball of best girl that stops your heart and then starts it back up again because just look at the way she dances around this room. That's cute as fuck. But what makes her even better, and what is probably the reason why so many weebs and weebs especially are so in love with her right now, is that she's another fucking weeb. I was honestly surprised by how much of a cultured individual she is. She does everything you'd expect a normal anime fan to do, except what caught me off guard was that she was even into the more weird and obscure things like hentai and stuff. I mean, you could probably share some of your weird tastes with her and she won't even call you gross. In fact, she'll probably ask for the sauce.
Where's the lamb sauce?
Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if midway through the series she just decides to start calling Gojo her little PogChamp. One thing I really admired about her though, and what sets her apart from most weebs, is the amount of outspoken confidence she has in herself and her hobbies. Despite being best girl of the season, she has bigger balls than most men. So much so that it makes you go, man, I wish I had that amount of confidence in myself. No fucks are given about what people think of her. If something's on her mind, it's coming out no filter. If someone is taking advantage of you, she'll tell it as it is. And if she loves something, she'll share it, weird or not, with everyone. Weebs, gamers, anime fans, and normies, aka Gojo. So, going back to the thing I said about contrasting personalities, what follows is this dynamic between a veteran weeb who's already gone through the cycle, achieved all the badges and opened all the gates of Babylon, go out and interact with someone who still thinks the word lolly is a candy you suck on, which is a dynamic I find really appealing. What it felt like just watching them fuck about was like watching a fellow weeb in the process of turning their non-weeb friend to the dark side. Like, she could say something kind of offhand or be explaining a certain fetish and my reaction would either be, yes, I see nothing wrong here, or Win! Win! And then Gojo would be there like, yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you people? This was the kind of chemistry between them that I absolutely loved. And it was kind of nice just seeing the two of them explore the world behind cosplay itself. As a weeb myself, cosplay has been something I've always known of and admired from afar, but I never really took a moment to stop and think, wait, how did they actually do that? How did they get their eyes so big? Did they buy pre-made costumes or did they make it themselves? What kind of black magic did it take for this guy to look this feminine? These are all things our duo eventually come to face, and the story takes you through how they go about solving these issues. You see how they change the shape of their eyes using special tape. You see how guys are able to get big ass boobs, and you see how girls are able to conceal big ass boobs. Throughout the whole thing, you're fed these fun little facts and insights detailing not only how people get the results they do, but also the experiences and lifestyles behind other cosplayers. No, I don't think this dives into every aspect of the culture, but I do think that it's definitely able to leave you with a better appreciation and understanding of the work that goes behind a great cosplay. But beyond this, what really appealed to me was just being able to watch the two of them enjoy doing what they love. If you ever had a passion or hobby, part of the joy came from that first period where you've jumped into something you know nothing about. You didn't know what you were doing, you lacked the proper skills for it, and you were probably pretty goddamn bad at it. Except, despite all of that, it never took away from the fact that you loved doing it. That's what I found so endearing about this. I see myself in these characters sometimes. I get caught up in their optimism, I feel their frustration when they can't get something right, and I share in their bliss whenever their hard work gets recognized. I don't know, man, there's something addicting about seeing people getting super excited and giddy about the things that they just fucking love doing. Like, you have Marin, who's a bit of a klutz, but nonetheless she tries her absolute best and finds genuine enjoyment in what she does. I mean, just look at that smile. I would die for that smile. You can cure depression with that smile. Soon enough, therapists will start prescribing patients with a daily dose of that fucking fucking smile. I think the most wholesome thing about this though is how the two of them affect and rub off on each other as their relationship develops. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave out the part where yes, she likes him, and yes, he likes her, and yes, it's cute as fuck. So yes, I'm not gonna talk about it because yes, we know. So I'm just gonna talk about the theme this bases itself on. Now, at the time of writing this, there wasn't enough anime episodes out for me to form a solid opinion, so I went and read ahead in the manga to see if there was anything more to this, and what I found was that the manga had uncensored titty. What I found was that there's a core theme here. I may have undersold Gojo in the start, but my man goes through some premium development with the help of Marin. See, Gojo has a lot of insecurities, to the point where he isolates himself, living in his own bubble, hidden out of sight and away from everyone else, not because he wants to, but rather because he fears the judgment people might have of him. Except it's after being around Marin, seeing from her point of view, and seeing how she openly expresses herself, that he starts gaining confidence in his own self. He starts improving his skills, he starts finding people who accept him for who he is, and he learns that, hey, maybe it's okay for him to just be himself. This is a reoccurring theme I see brought up throughout the story, not only for him, but for other characters as well, and although it might not be the most in-depth piece of writing that conveys this concept, who doesn't love people overcoming difficulties? The best girls deserve the best boys, and Gojo is well on his way to achieving that. I realize that this isn't the first story I followed where the two leads develop each other for the better, but I think what enables this to stand on its own from other hangout shows before it is that it's set in a more niche setting, with the story, characters, and themes having a lot more heart to them than what we usually get. So in conclusion, yes, there is more to this than just the girl, because other than the fan service, other than the wholesome moments, and other than having a cheerful ball of best girl hangout with Gojo in the world of cosplay, this is really about getting over your insecurities, expressing what you love without shame, finding people who can share that same experience with you, and being the person you want to be. That's the most important thing about this. Right after Marin, of course. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. I may have looked a bit too deep yet again into what's really just a simple, wholesome show, but you know what? I'm just glad I have another answer for liking this show other than, oh, the girl's cute. Even though, yes, that is definitely the main reason I watched this, and I'm not even gonna try to deny that. Anyways though, that's it from me. Again, thanks for watching. Shit talk me in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next 2 weeks. Hopefully.